This is a video walkthrough of the 2018 BMW M2. Starting at the hood, I put the Race Louvers RT hood vents in. You can see them here. When I drilled the holes and put the rivets in, I did put paint over the cuts on the hood itself so that, I don't know if it's steel or not, but so that it didn't rust and that it wasn't just an open edge. Lift the hood here. You can see there's no raw metal. I don't know how well that's coming across because of the coloring. But the rivets are in and everything's holding it. No issues, no problems. Starting here in the upper left, nothing significant to note. You can see the red Vorschlag camber plates there. Other than that, I did just have the Valvetronic system in all recommended parts, including the Valvetronic camshaft, the eccentric shaft, the motor, the breather tube. A whole bunch of other stuff was also changed, including the valve cover, which is a BMW part. And I think that's it for there. Going to be hard to see, but down in there is the Pure 750 Turbo, and all gaskets and everything were replaced every time that was swapped out. That turbo has the, I can't remember the name of the compressor bypass valve, but it's upgraded and adjustable. Adjustable? I don't think it's adjustable, just the upgraded. The gold tape here was to try to keep heat out of the intake, to do whatever it could to help it. I honestly don't think it made a difference. I'd had no calculation on the same temperature day to know whether it was effective or not, but it looks kind of cool. So if it does anything, it's maybe more for looks than anything else. Underneath the intake manifold here, you won't be able to see it with the video, but is the high pressure fuel pump. That's the stage 2. Maybe you can see it right there. That's the, like I said, stage 2, so that's good for more horsepower than this thing is set up to produce, so that is not a weak spot. Again, when I had the intake manifold off, just like the turbo, all gaskets were replaced with factory new stuff because I didn't want to have to do it again, including the pipe to the throttle body and everything else, so that is all good. The charge pipe down there that from the factory that's normally plastic, you'll see that's right here, the piece that runs kind of gold colored because I painted that or taped that over as well. That is aluminum, and I believe, I'm not sure who made that one. I can't quite recall. You have to check the list of who made it. I don't think there's anything else notable on that side. The front here, you can see the Mosselman oil cooler. This is really, I think, from what I understand, only beneficial like for a daily driven car because it keeps it cooler. Does not help on the track because then it just operates normally, or it would try to keep it cooler, but it doesn't have overall effectiveness. When that was swapped out, had the gasket replaced as well, primed the system, and everything is good. What else here? This pipe here is the pure silicone pipe that goes to the turbo. That is aftermarket and larger than stock. And under there, you can't see it very well, is the D088 turbo to intercooler piping. And so that is a larger diameter internal pipe to allow for the turbo to flow more and smoothly without any restrictions. I think that's it for the engine bay. I may have to come back if I forgot something. Coming down here front and center, I put this grill mesh in here. This is really, I think they call it lath, L-A-T-H-E. It's for concrete, to hold concrete together. I had a whole big roll from Menards or Home Depot, I think you can get it, and I molded it to the inside, and when I had the bumper off and then I painted it black, you can see that some of the black is wearing away a little bit, but this was all with the goal of stopping rubber chunks and stuff from hitting the air conditioning condenser, which is the first thing heading that direction down up here. And then this has the Zoom Sport grill on it. This is a thicker gauge metal that I knew of. They don't make it for this, so I just did that myself. That's all custom installing. See, there's zip ties holding it on so it doesn't go anywhere. The Zoom Sport down here, there's clips that hold it from the back side. There's also some on the right side, which leads to the that's the secondary radiator, auxiliary radiator, and on this side is the oil cooler. This oil cooler on this side is the DO88 oil cooler, and that works great. Much better than stock, much better than the CSF one. I did have the CSF one installed, but I think it actually made the temps on the track worse. After installing this one, I did notice a significant difference, but without doing back-to-backs, I can't really tell you how much of a difference. This is a tow strap. I do have the cover for it. This right here is a plate holder. It's show and stow or something like that is what it's called. When I drove it on the street, I used it. I haven't used it, I think, in a very long time. This pin is a quick release, and that still functions. So that can be used, and I do have the plate holder for it. This is a ding that happened a couple of years ago. I don't know if you can see it well. It looks like somebody's truck receiver backed into the car. I don't remember ever hitting anybody or anything from the front, so I think somebody hit me there. Other than that, there's general nicks and stuff in the front. Oh yeah, I do have a film on the headlights because I was trying to protect it. It's like a paint protection film, but clear. I cut it to fit. You can see that you could peel it off there if you wanted to. It is a little yellow. It could be replaced if you wanted to. I just never wanted to. And you could pull it if you want, and it won't look yellow. It'll look clear. That's it for the front. Oh, the headlight washers, all the hoses and stuff for that has been removed, so that's not there. Wrapping around to this front quarter panel, nothing to note. The rotor, you might be able to see here if I zoom in. I don't know if the lighting is working right, but there are some micro cracks in the rotor because of driving it on the track. It's fairly, I don't know how many miles are on, or track miles. I'd have to look at the sheet, but I do have when it was driven, and I do have a separate list that I use for track time, so I'd have an idea of how many track days are on the rotors. But if you take your finger on the edge, you won't feel any lip yet, so they're fairly new and fresh. Just some hairline cracking, which is normal. The one notable thing here, you can, let me see if I grab a light. You can see that the calipers are no longer blue. It's kind of a gray, green, black. This is what they would normally be colored like. This is the, let me see if I can get a good shot here. This is the blue coloring. You've probably seen it. You know what it looks like. And this is what it looks like now. So because of the heat and everything, they have not been, they've not stayed the same color. Other than that, they work great. I got PFCO8 pads. You can see, I hope, I can't see in the little screen, but hopefully you can see the depth, there we go. The depth of the pad, there's plenty left. Those are like, what is it, $300 to $500 pads for just the front. You can barely see, maybe there's a good shot. I did cut out the plastic and put that metal lath again on the back side of the oil cooler, engine oil cooler, so that air could flow through well and no rocks get in there. Again, don't know how effective that was, but it certainly can't hurt, and I've seen other race cars do things like that to let the air flow better, so that's there. Wheel studs, you can see that, they're the studs and not the wheel bolts. I do have center caps if you want them. Now that I say that, I'm not sure that I have 4 or not, but I can get them if needed, or you can replace them with the BMW floating ones that keep the BMW symbol always upright. As far as rims, there's 3 sets of rims. They're all Apex. One of them is a 10-inch wide rim. one set is 10-inch wide rim, and the other set is 9, I believe. I may have to check my records on that. Walking around on the outside, nothing notable on the passenger side door. Nothing notable on this corner. The rotors, I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's some cross hatching that is still on those rotors. These rotors are less than 100 miles old, probably less than 50 miles old. Rolling around to the back, so this is my first ever bump or damage. It was just I backed into another car's bumper, and so it left like a light white crease in the plastic, and it's relatively minor, not noticeable, but not too noticeable, but it's there. Tow strap, let's see what else. I have the blackout, the white light on the rear view. This one is blocked out, and so is the other one. It's not blocked, it's just like a shaded sticker you could peel off if you wanted to. This is the Turner race exhaust. There is no muffler. It is quite loud. It's meant to be track only. Probably wouldn't use this on the street. I do have the stock exhaust over on the side of the garage here if wanted that put on. That's much better, quieter. This happened not too long ago. I don't know how well you can see that. There's some light scratching on the surface of the bumper cover. Again, I don't know how to get a good angle on that. Maybe you can see some of the vertical scratching, but it might just be able to be buffed out. I haven't tried. Nothing notable on the back. The spoiler's the factory. Those stickers are the tracks that I was at. The windows are tinted. I can't remember what percent, but I have some information on that I can get if needed. This side, nothing notable. Driver's side, nothing notable on the door. The notable piece on the front quarter panel is this dent that you can see probably there pretty good. So this was a box that I had in the garage that dropped on the fender and put a good dent in it. I took the fender liner and everything out and pounded it back out. Probably should have called a professional to have it pounded out to make it look perfect, but because race car, I guess I wasn't going for perfect. I also did put same color, almost gray stickers over the yellow reflectors that go here. Those could be easily removed and they'd be yellow like the factory. That is, I believe, it. Walking around the outside. Let me take you to the inside. Alright, so here we are to the inside. This is Patience Metal Fab's serial number for the half cage that they installed. Really great job. They do great welds, and really happy with how it looks like high quality. Glad I've never had to test it out. I do have protective sticker here that I wanted the seat belt to go over so that it didn't wear away or do anything goofy to it. Everything looks fine and dandy. There are some chips. Is that chips? Oh, I got tape here because there was some chipping happening from the paint. This is not powder coated, it was spray painted. So it came to me raw. I spray painted it, put it in here. Driving on the racetrack has gotten some dings above it, so I noticed that and then put protective paint film on that so it didn't get worse. These are OMPW RCR seats. They expire in 2026. Here's the label. So you won't be able to use them after 2026 for racing unless you put a brace on the back of the seat. Otherwise you can use them for racing. You can see the, oh sorry, I should stick with the belts. Schroth Racing seat belts. These expired in 2023 because this car is really just HPDE and not racing. I didn't care about that date and never replaced them, so they're 2023s. Everything's been removed out of the back. I shouldn't say everything, but nearly everything. I do have the car's amplifier removed that would handle the radio and anything like that. That can easily be plugged back in. There's 3 bolts. I think that's it back there. This seat is on a slider. You can see the slider here, the slider bar, and planted brackets. So that's high quality stuff. Don't know what else to say, except for all the interior is still available. It's in my shed. Most of it's in great shape. There was a piece, I think, like the courtesy light that somebody was looking for at one point, and I went to look at it in the garage, and it had some markings on it. So some of the stock pieces might have some marks from just sitting around. This is a custom mount and bracket for the iDrive setup, and then also custom mount for the cigarette lighter. That thing is just, tells you the volts, plus it's got a USB-C and a USB, I think that's A, plug for charging. You can see that I have it set up to a short cord here to run the little iPad mini, which I connect to MHD. You can get live data, get codes, whatever you need to do. I think that's it. You can see here's the fuel pressure gauge. That's for the low pressure gauge. The airbags have all been removed, including the steering wheel. The only airbag that I think still exists is probably the passenger dash. The ones underneath the knees are gone, and everything else is gone. So the upper top part of the dash, that airbag is probably still there. Everything else is gone. Front speakers are all there. The rear speakers are not. I do have them. Let's see. That blue thing up on the dash holds an Apex track coach, Apex Pro device. Use that for tracking. That can be removed and the dash can be cleaned up. I have this cord hanging here from the rearview mirror, tapped in up top for power so that I can power a phone. I used to have part of that Apex Pro allows you to mount your phone up top and then get track time information. And so I'd plug my phone up there so it wouldn't run out of charge. Doors, nothing notable there. It's all factory stuff. That passenger seat you can see is a different one. It's the, is that WRSA? I don't remember. ARSR is the name of that seat. That paper, let me remove that. What else? I think that's probably it for the interior. I think, and well, I'll pop the trunk. So nothing notable here. Factory size battery that was replaced not too long ago. It says 523, so I guess that's a couple years ago. And that's it.